It's nice to think that AI can just magically solve our organizational or operational challenges, and in many cases it can, but being successful takes planning and thinking through the details. So, what if there was a generative AI tool that helped with that part of things? Thinking through the workflows, the dependencies, the internal and the external experiences, and more. Welcome to One Amazing Thing About Pega. Today we're talking with Matt Healy, Senior Director of Product Strategy and Marketing at Pega, and he's going to be sharing one amazing thing about their GenAI blueprint with us today. Matt, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Greg. Excited to be here.
Yeah, looking forward to taking a look and seeing this in action here. Before we do that, why don't we start with you giving a little background on yourself and your role at Pega?
Yeah, definitely. So I lead up our go-to-market strategy for customer service solutions, back office operation solutions. So it means I get to think a lot about, AI and the frontiers of AI and how we're bringing that to, large enterprises. Pega traditionally finds itself working with Fortune 500 organizations. So we really get to help them solve complex problems in service and operation spaces. I've been with Pega now for coming up on 9 years. I'm getting old. And I came up through the technical side of the house. So I was a release manager, a technical program manager for a number of years before switching over to the go-to-market side. Helping development teams, overall programs be successful is still near and dear to my heart. And I think that's a little bit of what we're going to dive into today.
Yeah, I love it. Well, yeah. So before we take a look, why don't we start with just why did you choose this feature to showcase today, and who's the audience and why is it important to them?
Yeah, definitely. So today we're going to be talking, my one amazing thing of many is what we call Pega GenAI Blueprint, which is a new capability that we launched about a year ago this week, in fact. And it's the fastest growing capability in Pega's history. It's really taken off. So the whole premise around Pega GenAI Blueprint is that it can be difficult to plan a new automation project in the customer service, the back office space, especially at these large enterprises. When you have dozens of stakeholders, hundreds of developers, even getting to the point where everyone's aligned on the goals, the overall plan, the design of a new solution that you want to bring to your users or to your enterprise, that can itself can take weeks or even months. So what Blueprint is all about is leveraging generative AI and providing a collaborative interface for all of the stakeholders involved in a new project to, really work on a new design for a project faster than ever and jumpstart the path from that initial requirements gathering phase to development and pave the way to a faster go live.
Nice, love it. Yeah, this is very top of mind for me and a lot of the work I do. I know I got my hands on an earlier version of this back at Pega World last summer. Certainly looking forward to this year's conference as well. But let's take a look here. Why don't you share your screen and talk us through it?
Absolutely.
Great.
All right. So this is Pega GenAI Blueprint. So this is available to anyone right now. So you, listener, someone on the World Wide Web, you can try it out yourself at pega.com/blueprint and sign up for an account. And essentially what it allows business and IT teams to do is to, more quickly design out their workflows and their overall applications by building on industry best practices. And essentially what we've done here is Pega has been in the workflow business for 40 years now, 45-ish years. And we have a lot of, IP and best practices that we've curated over the years across a number of industries. So it allows a user to come in and, pick what they're actually trying to do. What is the problem that they're trying to solve? So maybe we are in the banking space and we're looking to give our prospective customers a more streamlined onboarding solution. It allows me to come in and actually define my unique business goals. And this, what you're looking at here, is essentially a prompt. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to define my business challenges, my goals, the people I need to deliver a new solution for, the regulation I need to adhere to, just everything involved with, what I know about the requirements at the upfront phase of kicking off this design. And based on the requirements that I pass in here, what's going to happen is our generative AI engine is going to look through a library of hundreds of best practice workflows that we've encoded based on that history of working with large enterprises. And it's going to supplement it as well, just with the knowledge that's baked into the leading generative AI models. And it's going to give me a starting point for an entire application. So it's going to pull back all of the workflows that I might need as part of a customer onboarding solution. It's going to pull back the data model, at least a starting point for me. What are the sort of entities that I'm going to have to capture as part of the solution? And it's going to pull back personas. And then, from there, your business team, your IT team, really just have this as a collaborative workspace. So, rather than hopping into sticky notes on a whiteboard when we're starting a new project, we're able to define our business processes, our workflows, directly in Blueprint, which is a language that is accessible to the business side of the house. I'm going to define out, what are the phases of my workflows? What's the actual work that needs to happen across all of those workflows? But then this is also a language which is, directly translated into the technical aspects of an actual application in Pega. So this is what an application looks like from a developer's perspective as well. So it's a language which allows business and IT to sort of meet in the middle.
Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm able to, refine all my workflows, refine my data model. And then, as I'm building out my application, I get to preview how these workflows will actually manifest for all of the users who need them. So Pega kind of has a unique approach to its architecture around workflows, which makes it deliver on enterprise needs where me, as here I put in Bank of America has 100 different channels that they have to support. They have web, mobile, internal applications, customer service desktops, customer self-service through chatbots. And Pega is architected so you can have a single workflow that can be plugged into any channel to more easily support, access for all of the users who might need the actual workflows that are being driven. So I'm able to, pick my workflows, and as I'm designing them, preview how will they look, how will they come to life for a user here in a back office portal, or how will it come to life for a user on a native mobile application? What if I had a customer service desktop that I need to deliver? What would it look like for a customer service rep? And then even as far as, what would it look like if I plugged this workflow into my website? And then brand new, hot off the presses, is also a live preview of an agentic interface around these workflows. So I'm able to, with no configuration at all around prompts or natural language processing or anything, I'm able to immediately have a natural language conversation with my workflows using a new capability we call Agent X. So essentially what this has allowed business and IT teams to do is to work better together. And then, everything that they define through this blueprint process, it gets captured as like, the requirements. So at the end, they have a pretty comprehensive requirements, document that incorporates both their needs and some of the suggestions from generative AI. And then they can immediately take this and deploy it to the cloud into their private instances to generate the application behind this.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because isn't that there's lots of great ideas that happen in large companies. I'm proud to have been a part of some of them, but they get stuck right when you start actually thinking through, or when you miss the details, right? So I mean, I think that's what's so interesting here is, you're looking at internal processes, you're looking at internal interfaces, you're looking at external, like all of those details that you're going to have to get to, or someone's going to have to get to. It's nice to have that starting point. So I guess, it sounds like not only is this based on a lot of best practices, whether it's industry or even, regulation best practices, but you can also feed it some of your own information as well. Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are also very cognizant about the fact that most enterprises have existing systems driving these areas of the business, but they're not pleased with them. Let's call them legacy systems,
Right.
things that they want to get off of, right? Even going as far back as mainframe systems are still super prevalent in the enterprise space. Enterprises spend half their budget maintaining old legacy systems. So we've also started to inject new capabilities into here that allow enterprises to inform their future state AI-powered cloud workflows using legacy knowledge directly from what they have at their disposal. So there's a couple different places we've started to inject that. One is I can now start a blueprint using a document. And this could be a standard operating procedure. This could be a user manual from a legacy system. This could be a transcript of a conversation I have describing my needs. This could be anything. And essentially the generative AI will analyze it and use that as the context to generate, the workflows and everything that I need in order to create my blueprint. And we have a couple of other places where we've started to inject analysis of existing assets like workflow diagrams and data integration files and a ton of other stuff. And this is a sort of a strategic area for us. We see this as critical to helping enterprises get off their legacy systems, get into the cloud faster than they've ever been able to do.
Yeah, love it. Well, thanks for sharing all this, Matt. I really appreciate it. What's a potential next step that somebody could take after, they like what they see here? What should they do next?
Yeah, absolutely. So, as I mentioned, anyone can try Blueprint right now at pega.com/blueprint. And then I know a lot of your audience is marketers as well. And we have a similar offering around our customer engagement strategy. We call it the Customer Decision Hub. And we have a sibling blueprint, which will allow you to take your website, take your offers, and build an entire customer engagement strategy, building on generative AI, even going as far as automatically generating images and treatments and copy just based on your goals.
Nice. Very exciting. I definitely want to check that out, and we'll put a link in the show notes as well. Well, Matt, thanks again for joining the show. I want to thank Matt Healy, Senior Director of Product Strategy and Marketing at Pega, for joining. You can learn more about Matt and Pega by following the links in the show notes.